Hello everyone, this is Brock Skaggs, and in this video we're going to take a look at select case structures using VBA. And select case structures are handy if you've got multiple things you need to test, or as far as multiple criteria that could run into. We'll look at like a GPA calculation where you, depending on if you've got a GPA between 4 and 3.95, you've got summa cum laude 3.95 to 3.9, we've got magna cum laude 389 to 385 is going to be cum laude, and then anything below that's just no honors. And so here we've got, what, 4 different classifications we can have. Now, we could structure this as an if-else statement or a series of if-then-else-if statements there, but an alternative to that sometimes leads to cleaner code is a select case structure. And so first I'm going to have a sub to test with, and then inside of this sub we'll have a variable, and I'll call it dim GPA as double, and we're just going to assume that we have the GPA out to 2 decimal places, so I'll say this is 3.93 as a cumulative GPA. And so now I want to be able to classify this as if it has honors or not, and if it does have honors, what type. And so I'll have dim honor str as string as the variable that will keep that designation in, and at the end we're going to print honor str. And so I'll go ahead and clear out my immediate window. And so in between here we've got to make some sort of decision. And so the way we'll do this is set it up as a select case. And so I'll use the keyword select case here, and I'm basing everything off of the GPA variable, and so I'll put that variable in next, and then I'll have in select down here at the bottom. And so here we've got ranges, right? It's from 4 to say 3.95 is a summa cum laude. And so we'll say something like, well, there's one case, and it's from 3.95 to 4.0, and in this one, obviously the 4 there, in it we say honor str is equal to summa cum laude, and then the second case is going to be what, from 3.90 we'll say to 3.94, and there honor str is equal to magna cum laude. Last one in the honors category would be 3.85 to 3.89 if honor str equal to cum laude. And so we're setting up ranges here, and for each range that evaluates as true, we have a certain way to put a string into our honor string variable. And the last one will say if the case is less than 3.84, or it's less than 3.85, we'll say, then we have honor str equals to no honors. And so that's looking good. Let's go ahead and put a breakpoint in and just see how it evaluates. Alright, so we walk down to the select case. Our GPA is set to 3.93. I have F8. 3.93 does not fall in this range, so it should bop down to the next one. It does fall in that range, so it does execute honor str. And then as soon as it executes, notice it skipped all the way down to in select, and we're printing out magna cum laude, just like we'd expect. Just to try it around a little bit, we'll put 3.96 and have it run next. Summa cum laude, that looks good. 3.87, we'll hit the next spot. This should just be cum laude now, which we did get, and a 3.7 or 3.6 should be no honors there. So that's looking good. One way we've kind of staggered it off here, in this case, is if you had multiple statements that need to be executed, it could be done this way. Or if you wanted to shorten this up a little bit, I believe we can get by with just some colons here in order to assign these variables, and so I'll shorten this up quite a bit, just like so, and see if we can run it as well. And yes, it looks like we're in good shape as well here. I'll put a breakpoint just so we can see it work. We'll put in 88, so we're in the cum laude area, and then it should only execute over when we get to cum laude in the select and go through honor string and printing it out. And so that's a alternative here to a bunch of if-else statements there, or an if-then-else-if style statement there is to use select case. Here we're using ranges, as you can see, but you don't have to. I'll just make a very simple select case down here that uses discrete values. And by discrete value, it's only going to have a certain number of entities, and say we have dim val as integer, and this val is going to have the values 1, 2, or 3 in it. And so we'll say val is equal to 2. And so I could say something like, well, hit select case, be looking at val in select. I'll put in here an output string variable, and do a very similar thing as last time. We'll go through select case, we'll set output string, and we'll just print out output string down below, clean out the immediate window. And so if I've got discrete values, I could say something like, well, if case is 1, we need to put output string equal to stop. If case is 2, output string is equal to yield. And if case is 3, output string is equal to go. And so here now we've got specific values. There's no 2, we don't have that case is, and a less than sign or anything like that. And so this should print out yield. Put in 1, prints out stop, just like you'd expect. Put in 3 is go. Print in 4. What happens here, I'm expecting an empty string. What you're seeing, you can see the scroll bar gets smaller and smaller and smaller here. Basically it's because I've got the empty string being put out here. I guess I can pause it here so we can see besides it in the immediate window scrolling down, but you can see output string doesn't get set because it's not one of the cases we're looking at. And so that's just a very quick introduction to select case structures. Again, they can be handy, especially if you have a lot of different options coming off of a decision there. Instead of having a bunch of if-then, else-if style statements there. It's a nice alternative to it. And so thanks for watching the video. Hopefully it helps you with your coding and making decisions. Also, a lot of this is coming from this reference here, if you're wanting a hardback book in order to reference. And so with that being said, thanks for watching the video, and good luck with your coding.